Okay, that's testing. We're pretty much live now. It's 6:41. It is way too late to get started. Do it anyway.
You know those non
That. Just make sure the audio is going good. Okay. Internet hiccup there, notwithstanding. Let's check what the internet's doing in general. Seeing a lot of drop frames. That doesn't resolve itself. We might be into this string prematurely. Let me close Chrome. That's cool. Shouldn't be a whole lot on our Wi-Fi right now. I don't think we're downloading anything or anything. Double checking. Should be fine there. Well, the number's getting lower. So that's good. Okay, I think we're in business. All right. So, hello everybody. I am Urs, the Literary Bear. We are back again. Normally this stream would happen on Thursday, but Thursday sucked for me. So we are now going to be doing it on, what? It didn't suck, I guess. It was a very busy day, and then my wife had a dentist appointment, so that took up a large portion of my time. Not that big of a issue, but we got that done. So today we are resuming with our MSQ grind. Now we have two paths in front of us. We can either start with the Primal questline, start with the Crystal Tower questline, or the third path, because I don't know how to count, because I'm a literary bear and not a mathematics bear, would be the this Prince of Principles. That'll probably be the least interesting of our options. I think we're probably going to go ahead and start off on the Primal questline, because it's a little late, and I know if I start the other, I'm going to be very invested, and the Crystal Tower would probably take about 3. If you're narrating everything, I'm guessing it's going to take 3 to 4 hours. And I just don't think I'm ready for that commitment right now. You know, I've got commitment issues. I am still a man bear, so bear man. What's up here? You don't mind me saying, it seems you've been wanting for stimulation lately. Aye, the air of torpor about you is quite palpable. Adventurers are as next of kin to explorers, my friend. Like us, you need regular sight, else you'll shrivel up and die. I would hate to see that happen to you. I'll tell you of a place that will surely set your heart. And to Port Key. Give me one. The second you go, everything in the world. My microphone is playing. My headset, sorry. It's playing SOS with me. So let me just move it to a different port. Hey. Came back on quite quickly. I'll give that. Fell. I was very sad. Okay, you're gonna keep beeping at me? I don't guess so. Yeah, when it rains, it pours. I plugged it in, started the stream, and then all of a sudden everything is going absolutely haywire. Now we're dropping frames again. What is going on? At that point, is it the computer? 1 second. Hmm. Okay. In any case, let's keep going. I would hate to see that happen to you, so I'm going to tell you a place that will surely set your heart racing. Amdapor Keep. There's a ruined fortress situated in the South Shroud, dating back to the 5th Astral Era. If the thought of delving into the past set your loins afire, the keep will surely serve to quench it. The entrance is watched by a wood wailer named Maxine. Give her my name, and she will tell you all that you need to know. Oh, this is a cool one to start. This might rapidly evolve into a bonus stream. We're gonna leave that one here. That'll be a bonus stream. That'll take way too long to go through. Nothing like staring out the sea to bring an old man back to his glory days. The good old times when his whole life was still ahead of him. The greatest adventures were yet to be. Gah, don't you know better than to sneak up on your elders like that, youngin'? Send me to an early grave? Well, not early as such. But don't tell me I can tell just by the look of you. You're an adventurer and an accomplishment at that, you may not be the graybeard I am, but I reckon you've got a memory or two that you're keen on remembering. So let's say you join me for a while, before you return to the road. After all, some reflecting on the past can be just what you need to discover a path you need to forge the future. What is this? Oh, okay. Well, that was easy. We were talking about where you unlocked that. I didn't recall. And it's possible because, like, they grandfathered me in to that. But I don't remember that gentleman ever in my entire life. So, interesting. And now we've unlocked New Game Plus. So many yellow quests. Oh, this was the thing I was dreading the most, was doing the Ariane J voices. Not gonna lie. Friend to the dawn, hear my plea. Tiding most ominous arrive from Gridania. A primal waketh in the shroud. Those who have borne the eldritch spirit witness and return to tell the tale, avow that ne'er before have they seen its like. The god's quiver doth investigate as we speak. And meseems Bolor Lewin would welcome a capable adventurer helping hand. Pray he thee to the seat of the first bow, and shine thy light upon the matter. And so why does he talk like that? Why does he talk like that? I can't, Traveler's Way. I don't know, maybe I just haven't watched enough Shakespeare in the Park, but he is trying to... Okay, be the Archers Guild. We have done a lot of grinding, by the way, in the background. I know I haven't done the bonus streams in a while, so I need to get caught up on editing, which I've also not done, admittedly. But we did get Paladin almost up to level 50. This almost became about a bonus stream, but Paladin's just not quite there yet. So, waited off on that one for now. But, there we go. Bassal, I have heard much of your deeds in recent days. You come to lend your strength in the primal investigation, yes. Your aid is most welcome. I shall proceed directly to the matter at hand. Though still unsubstantiated, ill rumors stir amongst the townspeople of late. Rumors of a shadow-clad knight who rides in the shroud. Under normal circumstances, I would pay such idle ghost stories little heed. This time, however, we have reason to suspect. But we have not to gain by rushing judgment. I would have you go to the streets, Bassal. Speak of the people and hear their words with your own ears. The Ghost Knight. I saw him, clad from head to toe in armor that seemed forged from shadow itself, galloping through the shroud atop his hell's-born steed. Mark my words, the trees themselves were quivered in fear that night. I've not slept a wink since I returned. Yes, I saw the Black Knight, at which I promptly fled for my dear life. Should you end up in my position, you'd be wise to do the same. I have my pride, but I am no fool enough to cast my life away. Besides, one look was enough to know. This is a manifestation of pure evil. Were he to turn that massive sword against Gridania, all our lancers as one could not hope to stand in its way. This, I think, will be a good investment. By that. Can't keep that neophyte spring on, though. The gear that we're wearing is not that bad. I don't know that it's worth replacing. I suppose if we need to. But that ring will shore up any of our excess. I think that'll probably do it right there. Don't sneak up on me like that, my friend. Forgive me if ever since spying a glimpse of that ghastly horseman, my heart won't stop racing. I know the elementals will punish us sooner or later for daring to disobey their will. This is surely a sign of sinister happenings to come. Oh, I saw him clear as day, or as night, you might say, with me own two eyes, more fearsome the rider than was the ghastly steed. I know not where ye travelled, but I can assure you, you've not seen a more frightening beast. One thing I can tell you, friend, is that there was no spectre or shadow. Nay, he was as solid as you or me. Interesting they're going this route first. Divinity investing. A knight clad in shadow-forged armor, a mammoth sword and a hell's-born steed. It's clear now. Our worst forebodings have proven most unfortunate prescience. A ghostly knight atop his baleful steed is as I feared. Rumors bear a most inauspicious resemblance to the references in ancient scripture, describing Odin, the dark divinity. It is my suspicion that the dark horseman of rumors is indeed Odin. And furthermore, that this malevolent presence is a primal. And yet, before the gods quiver takes action, seek the counsel of one versed in holy writings. Make for Quartermail and seek out brother ARR First Steps. I would know what he knows. Be swift, Bearsall. If Odin is truly to come to the Shroud, time is not on our side. Interesting. I did not realize there was a Pajal in Quarrymill, so that makes for a fifth Pajal in the story. There are the Pajal siblings who are the White Mage questline, Kane, Senna, and Isumion. Presumably this one's a conjurer. They typically are. Yeah, he would appear to be so. Interesting. Okay. I am ARR First Steps, and you must be the adventurer I've been expecting. Ah, yes, Odin, the dark divinity. Bola Lewin is understandably distressed at his arrival. And one who has read scriptures, however, I am not entirely surprised. Odin, as ancient writings have it, rode forth into our world, wielding a dark blade capable of cleaving earth and the heavens. By his fell blade did perish Earth herself, and countless multitudes of her people. At long last, the great hero of Alog did arise to do battle with the dark god. Odin was slain and his spirit sealed within a forest spring. For years, this was thought to be a mere wives' tale, ghost story told by mothers to frighten their young ones into obedience. But recent archaeological studies at Alagan ruins have unearthed damning evidence to the contrary, and now these rumors. The scriptures claim that the dark divinity slumbers in Earth's fount, deep in the heart of the shroud, but the power of the crystal confines him. I have ventured into the forest and seen the crystal with my own eyes, but this was many years ago. It is entirely within the realm of possibility that something has gone terribly awry, and that the feathers of the crystal confine the dark divinity no longer. I would send you to Earth's fount to investigate the matter, but be forewarned, your path will not be an easy one. Should any evil spirit stand in your way, this water of cleansing should avail you. Okay. Sorry, the first quest was called Here Comes the Men in Black, so I just got the theme song stuck in my head to Men in Black. I'm a simple bear. Sorry. Trying to take drinks while I'm doing this. I'm drinking and flying, travelers. DWF. Oh, suppose we could just go unlock that real quick. There's no real benefit to doing so, though, since we're not going to do the dungeon yet. Let's go close these off. Not seeing them just yet. The crystalline gale that held the dark divinity in check. Were you able to ascertain what became of it? Magical energy still remains in this stone, though its power has grown dim. What's more, behold now how the stone has been cleaved clear in twain by Odin's fell blade. There can be no doubt. Yet there can be no doubt as to the identity of our local guest. And yet, a lot of yets here, yes and yeses. Is it all most curious? If the dark divinity rides free, why does he tarry in the shroud? Many roads, you ought to be commended on your bravery, adventurer. Simi is preparing a report on this very matter as we speak. I'd be most grateful if you'd share your findings with her as well. Let's see, it's out here. On the roof. I was joking, but apparently so. So it is indeed as we feared. The seal of Earth's font has been broken, and the dark divinity rides again. I must draft the report immediately. Unrelated, by the way. Our Chocobo has gone through a bit of a transformation. He is now Sunset Orange, my favorite color. Black Mage Barding. And given that Fuchsia was the name of Wisteria Willowheart's Chocobo, we've gone for something a little different now. This is now Apostrophe, which seems suitably celestial and also suitably literary. So we'll go with that. You can't tell me Apostrophe doesn't sound like the name of one of Jupiter's moons. Matter of fact, there's so many of those fuckers, who even knows? It might be. Somebody find another one, name it Apostrophe. Your assistance in this investigation has proven invaluable, adventurer. You have our thanks. With your aid, I have finally managed to complete my report. A thorough survey of all eyewitness reports, along with the most credible theories regarding the Dark Divinity's presence in the Shroud. I intend to deliver copies of the report to Brother Aopesi and Bola Lu and myself. Scions, too, will no doubt be eager to learn of your findings. I would be most appreciative if you could deliver a copy to Yonionje in my stead. My duties demand that I shall remain composed, but in all truth, I fear for the fate of our people. Should the time come that the Dark Divinity draws his blade against Gridania, promise me that you will count on you. We can count on you. I'm ready and raring to go. Now though, let's pray return to the wake stance. I'm so glad they give you so many of these tickets. This is definitely the section of the game where we are going to need it. Ursa, I am most heartened by thy safe return. Wert thou able to cast light on the shadows that haunt the shroud? So it is true. Having awakened from nigh eternal slumber, the dark divinity now rides free in the shroud. While she wrote field, I immersed myself in scriptures. The more I scoured the words, the more I did realize that the writings draw heavily upon elegant historical chronicles. History is quite a fascinating beast, is it not? One nation's glory is another's suffering, one nation's great hero and another's most aberrant villain. I mean not to speak in platitudes, only to say that there is never but a single side to any story, even a story that is presented as historical facts. To what end did the great hero of Alak seal Odin in the Gold Crystal? What impels the Dark Divinity to ride once again? Cast thy light on the shadows of history, friend, that we may be delivered from the darkness. As one endeth, another doth arise, so do our struggles wax and wane. And what wouldest thou ask of me? Oh. Apparently, wouldest thou nothing, indeed, sir. Guess we're not far enough to have the other ones. I thought that was going to be a bit of a longer quest line, but I guess not, so let's just carry on with the, sitting at 22 minutes? Yeah. Let's carry on with some of the regular mescu. Mesqua. Oh. Yeah, that's probably the one I was thinking. Now you have scarce had a chance to rest, but I'm afraid there's still work to do. The ultimate weapon's destruction, 'twould seem, had served to embolden the beastmen, who now seek to call down their gods once more. Even as we speak, the Amalja, the Ixal, and the Kobolds are making preparations for their respective summoning rites, and that is but the half of it. Much to our dismay, all three tribes were somehow able to procure vast quantities of crystals. Oh, my turn to say something. Ahem. Basically, this means the primals will be stronger than they were before. Far, far stronger. Their previous incarnations will seem as pale in imitations. The beast tribes, we believe, begun hoarding crystals with a vengeance in the wake of the ultimate weapons made an appearance. You will remember that this time it devoured three primals in one setting. The Grand Companies are aware of the potential primal outbreak. Alas, due to the losses they incurred to ensure the success of Operation Archon, they are ill-equipped to take any meaningful measures. After deliberation, the leaders concluded that they must needs turn to us once more. To thee. The etheric waves that were observed in Mordona do not appear to be a connection to any beast tribe. Yet much and more still remains beyond our knowing. We must be prepared for all possibilities. I am loath to send you into the midst of danger again so soon, but none have proven themselves more capable against the primals than you. Will you undertake this mission, Ursa? You have my thanks. Truly, I do not know what we would do without you. Go ahead, Thancred. With circumstances as they were, I hadn't had the chance to properly express my gratitude. I owe you my life, Ursa. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. A string of failures had left me feeling powerless. Wanted to be stronger, that I might do right by my fellow scions. But instead, I caused you all no end of grief and suffering. I swear to you it shan't happen again. Owing to everyone's administrations, I am quite recovered now. I hope to return to my duties again soon. Thancred's return marks the beginning of a new chapter for the Scions. Let us renew the fire in our hearts and continue to press ever forward. Now then, back to the matter of the primals. With no fewer than three of the beings threatening to appear, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. We must take it one step at a time. Oriange has the overview of the situation as it stands. Please speak with him to receive guidance on your mission. Sir, it pleases me to see you well. I'm progressing the MSQ, I didn't mean to. Do excuse me for interrupting, Ursa, milady. The gentleman from Ashkana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tartaru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this evening. Thank you, milady. Ever since we defeated Gaius Van Balsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have been followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where we once worked in secret with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tartaru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Bardessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to... Forgive me, I do not mean to burden you so. Yet my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. And I impose upon you to consult the others. They are like to have their own opinion on this matter. Okay, actually did not mean to start that quest. Let that die there. I just love the idea that all the Scions are just chilling in this one room. Such knowledge as I possess of the beast tribes and their primals is at thy disposal. Whether man or beastman, we are not wont to seek power when plunged into the black depths of despair. That despair doth begin with the Emulger, who may have already summoned forth Ifrits. With our comrade Thancred now returned, thou wouldst do well to seek his counsel. Fortune begets power, power fortune. That we, and especially you, have powers beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there's a growing belief amongst the refugees of Alamigo, that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions will commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Ursa. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. Confirmation has just arrived from the Immortal Flames. 'Tis as Oriange said. I fear the Emulger have already summoned Ifrit. Confrontation with the Lord of Inferno is inevitable. I would like nothing more than to lend you my blade, but the students of Baldessian insisted that I refrain from taking the field where it concerns the primals. I know not the workings of it, but it would seem that recent events have left me especially susceptible to tempering. As much as I hate missing out on the fun, for everyone's sake, I must sit this one out. Instead, I will focus on gathering and analyzing data. Now, the Immortal Flames have already conducted a preliminary investigation into Ifrit. They may well have information that will be of use to you. Do pay a visit to the Hall of Flames and speak with Commander Swift. One last thing before you depart. Excuse me. Doubtless you remember Minfilia's words, but this Ifrit is a far cry from the primal you first defeated. You will want to assemble your most dependable comrades for this mission. Be safe, my friend. It's Swifty. Alright, we're gonna be fighting some primals. Oh, new button on my hotbar, by the way. This is new. I had to look into it because I was like, I don't remember this thing, so I looked into it. It's a brand new feature. It's called the control panel. Very useful for controller. Very useful, very cool. So I set this up. That's got all my crafting classes right there in that little diamond. Very cool little feature. I'm liking it a lot. This is all the combat classes, crafting classes, gathering classes, of course, limited job down here too. But yeah, pretty neat little deal. Ursa. One second. Ursa, we have to thank you for coming. The Flame General will be heartened to hear that you have answered the call. As we have already relayed to the Waking Sands, Ifrit has returned. For the sake of peace in the region, we humbly request that you vanquish him. The primal is to be found in his domain, the Bowl of Embers. To get there, you must use the Beastman Aetherite found within the depths of Zaharok, the Amalja stronghold. The Amalja have constructed their own Aether net from salvaged Aetherite shards. This being the case, you should be able to use it without problem. No doubt you already know this, but from your fellow Scions, but the present incarnation of Ifrit is far stronger than the last. Facing him will, with any fewer than 7 of your stoutest comrades, would be ill-advised. That is all the intelligence we have to share. The rest is in your hands. I shall pray for your victory and safe return. Beautiful sunset out here. Beautiful sunset. We did make some progress this weekend, or this week, in regards to this. Yeah, I should have capped out all my licenses here. So tomorrow, we will be max capped on these 3, and kobolds will be close-ish. Once again, pretty clear, kobold's my least favorite. Do have a hunt to do here too. Oh, wasn't even talking about those, but sure, those two. Oh, was that it? I could have sworn it was 3. Oh, wait, I'm gonna come across another. Looking for the Pugilus. That one there? Nope. I gotta say, I do find it pretty interesting and kind of like strongly thematic. Tempted to do that boss fight. I really like boss fights. That all of the Oldzen combat classes pretty much are represented as well in the Amalja. Really pretty Aetherite over here, by the way. Members are. See how long that one takes to queue here. 7 minutes isn't terrible. I don't think I can kill him in 1:40. So that one's done. Alright, so we probably can go get the other then, I imagine. Nothing told me I had to actually beat the Bowl of Embers. It just sort of gave me the thing for doing it. So let's go ahead and go back to the Wake of Sands. Grab it down to the Wake of Sands. See if we can get the other one rolling when we have this one queued. Like a good idea to me, travelers. Okay, what we got going on here? Whew. Should talking to Ryanja and see if there's something underneath this one. There's a lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand, whilst the other resteth ever on their heels. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations, nor not while the beasts tribe to labor unseen, defiant in defeats, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder, both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. The sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity that we are so few and fortune so finite. I guess I do need to go now. Okay. Hunting log. Just stole. We'll just keep talking to these guys while we wait for the thing to queue up here. Recall you our first meeting with the Admiral, shortly after the Mosons sent word of the summoning of Titan? Then mayhap you recall my words to our host. I said unto Mitterweb, that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, that the beastmen had justly responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke in short the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Wherefore did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Limosans to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolve them of guilt. Upon this subject, Menphilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Good point, good point. I've been receiving lots of gifts lately, but Papa Limo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? None can deny that we would benefit from their support. But if it comes at the cost of our principles, neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now and have done with it. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. That's very funny. Oh, okay. So you do need to have the... Okay. That's good to know then. Alright. I suppose that does make sense, and it's good that I did go ahead and start pressing it up. Let's carry on with you. Oh, not Alphino. Oh, sorry. ARR Alphino's rough. He's rough, guys. This situation is not wholly unexpected. I, too, have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a rather different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedents. Come along, guys. Alpha no, Ursa, it's all to miss. You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Menphilia, the Science of the Seventh Dawn, must leave Uldar. We must do what? So long as we remain within Uldar territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize that that there are reasons Vesper Bay still lacks an Aetherite. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favors will be denied us until we cooperate. If Uldar is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length, and plant our banner in a place where all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it's also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers, who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have deployed a certain bond with Uldar and her people over the years developed. But I truly believe this is to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Uldar is our home. Alphino. To cast aside everything we have built to start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Science of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We're as much family as... That would be all, Alphino. I'm sure you have some familiar affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I cannot very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. Fucking shots fired. That was a dick thing to say. Like I said, he's rough right here. He's a dick. Little fucking dick. Our frames have finally settled down, which is nice. Okay, what's this wine? Cooking sherry. Suppose we do carry on with this. Leave Uldar? Has it truly come to this? Oh, Ursa, pray attend to Alvino. He's engaged in some business or other that requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alvino waits upon you, and I have much to think about. I will tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Confounded, she knows what must be done, still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Menphilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flamin was her name, though you probably know her better as the songstress of Uldar. She was a performer of singular talent, and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Menphilia too struggled to first accept the truth. Flamin's absence stretched from months to years. She saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamin is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Illud, has sent word of a woman matching the songstress description has been seen of late at a seaside resort of the coastal del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubts that any worries that now plague Menvelia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth to Lodosi at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gigaruju as to the veracity of these rumors. I'm gonna pull us out of this party queue real quick because I just noticed it ticked over to 9 minutes. So while we could wait that long, we could probably also pop this one in like 2. So we'll do that. Let's have a little bit of Gigaruju. I am so excited, by the way, to keep progressing in this queue. Oh, never mind. Because it means that we're gonna get even closer to Astrologian, which is our end goal for at least right now. And then, of course, we get to re-experience Heaven's Word, which is going to be so exciting, travelers. Full disclosure, first thing I'm going to do in Ishgard is grab all the classes immediately. Like, immediately! So, look forward to that. Sets fire to the rain. Watch. Okay, so this is the hard mode fight. It's not hard, to be honest. I mean, it's harder than normal, but I would hardly say it's hard. It's sort of like an in between. Honestly, the hardest part for this is going to be the nails. That's about it. We have what seems to be a very adept scholar, so I'm not that worried about anything, really. This is the only thing that's really truly different is instead of there being one nail, there's like 4 or 5. These are absolute priorities. It's not optional. You have to kill them or you will take some very serious raid wipe damage. Plus, I believe he's immune to damage. Nope, not yet. Not paying attention to the mechanics, I was focused on healing, and I almost died, so that was a close one. As I was just saying, he's not that hard. Almost died. Good fight, good fight. Oh, let's him do it. Treasure coffer! Treasure! It's my treasure. Hey, for an item level copper. Nice, nice. And a bow. Okay. Well, that's easy, because now we can go unlock Garuda, get her queuing, queue up the next section. Oh, that's the solar. Excuse me, pray doth, excuse while I smash my face upon my door. Sorry. Arianje's rubbing off on me. I can't help it. Ah, Ursa, I hear you have triumphed over Ifrit. Of course, there is no less a feat than I would expect of the Warrior of Light, but well done all the same. Now, I full had a mind to crack open a bottle of 1547 Bacchus, but the celebration must keep. Garuda, I am afraid to say, has also returned. As you well know, Garuda's appetite for destruction far exceeds that of the other primals. Not it is hot in you, but her latest incarnation, the appetite has become nigh insatiable. In the short time since her return, she has already wreaked tremendous havoc. You must send her back to the Aether before she can do any more damage. In the meantime, Ida and I will assist the Order of the Twin Adder in their recovery efforts. Okay. When you have previously faced Garuda, 'twas the Enterprise that bore you through the storm that shielded her domain. Well, that storm is a spring breeze beside what she has raised this time. No airship could hope to penetrate it. And so we must count ourselves fortunate that the Order of the Twin Adder could chance to discover a beastman aetherite near the Howling Eye. Before you do aught else, I suggest you pay a visit to the Adder's Nest and have words with Commander Helux. He will be able to tell you about that, about the said aetherite, among other things. Make no mistake, the Lady of the Vortex will prove a formidable opponent, but I believe that you can weather the storm. May the 12 keep you safe. How do I grab all these? Because they're annoying me. Yeah, I started taking up all the yellow quests, mostly because I started using the recommendations feature. It's kind of nice. Forgot how nice it is to have that little guy up. And, yeah, it would be a lot easier to do. Oh. Okay. Thought didn't we do this quest already? I did think it was weird that it didn't result in a primal queue, but... Alright. Lieutenant Bassong, your timing never fails to amaze. Unless I am mistaken, have you, knowledge of the Elder Primal Odin, correct? As I thought. Well, as you know, we have long pursued the Dark Divinity, from the pages of arcane scripture to the Shroud itself. Finally, we have a plan to put his prowling to an end. Brother Aoposi has the command. He has personally requested your aid in this venture, and waits for you at Earth's Font. I am sure he will give you the details once you present yourself. Godspeed, Lieutenant Bassong. For Garuda Awakening is cute. Oh, Lieutenant Bassong, we are grateful for your aid. I'm so sorry my head is inside yours. As you will already know, the accursed Ixal have summoned Garuda once more. Since her return, she has wasted no time unleashing her fury upon the region. Extensive damage has been reported both in Twelveswood and Corthus. She must be stopped, and soon, lest more lives be lost. In the name of the Elder Seedseer, I humbly request that you put an end to her reign of terror. As in the past, Garuda keeps her court within the Howling Eye, which is perpetually protected by raging tempest. Fortunately, we have learned of an alternative way into her domain. The Ixal have constructed an aetherite within Natalum, their stronghold in the central highlands of Corthus. The aetherite will take you to Garuda's tempestuous lair. We owe this discovery to the Ishgardians, who the Elder Seedseer says desire to repay the kindness you showed them. For the sake of our people as well as theirs, may your mission be met with success. Real quick, how many seals we got? 264? We're getting there with these seals, honestly. I'm surprised at how quickly that's been progressing. Mostly just because, like, by doing... they're kind of silly. But by doing those yellow quests, which give you some benefits, you know, it's not crazy, but they give you some stuff. You're able to see whenever you enter a zone, it'll pop up and be like, hey, there's a thing here, by the way. Which is really nice, because otherwise my ass is going to forget every single time. Probably there's some sort of resource you can use to see what the hunts are for the day, track them down that way. Mostly when I'm left to my own devices, I focus on the weeklies. And otherwise I just kind of leave them on their own. Just if I run into them, I do them. Adventures costly quick. I just see that my retainers are coming back. flying is honestly really nice, by the way. We'll see if we can possibly queue for this one as a black mage. Let's just not even waste time. There's no way. I mean, it's the same queue as Ifrit, except presumably even lighter. It's this content, by the way, that definitely makes me resolve myself to say that you should still be doing the stuff as a party where possible, because people who got used to doing it with instances, right, the helpers, at least currently that content's not available that way. So if you're used to doing it with NPCs and that's all you're comfortable with, and you don't have a lot of flexibility within that comfort zone, this content's going to be pretty stressful for you because, you know, you've built up all this anxiety for 50 levels worth of MSQ. Just like, oh, I don't need to deal with people. I don't need to deal with people. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, well, a little bit. And I'm not saying you can't play the game essentially solo. Just in this case, I do think it is better to kind of rip the Band-Aid off starter. Me personally, anyway. But I also personally don't have a whole lot of anxiety about people. I'm a fairly amicable person, and if somebody doesn't like me, it just doesn't bother me. I don't understand. And people who are holding out for universal popularity, I can't begin to fathom. Like, who cares? I mean, it matters to me if you guys like me, because currently you're hopefully what allows me to continue to do this and grow the channel and hopefully make it towards something that will blossom into more stories that I can tell with you guys. I'd love to even do some stuff like, maybe not a podcast so much, but maybe like a raid night with travelers on like a Discord. We could all discuss stories together. It would be kind of cool. Something I'm definitely open to trying. But we are still very early on. Okay, we're still queued up there. Did I get the last one? Sorry, I got a text somewhere. Oh, there's one. Ooh, boss fates. Yeah, let's kill him. He seems badass. Let's kill him. Let me make sure. Apostrophe's still good. Sync up and go on. The second I engage with him, this guy pulls over here. I knew that was going to happen too. I will say this for Flare, it does look striking. Alright, take back what I said about that guy being badass. That was one of the easier boss fights I've ever been a part of. Right there. Hello, friend. No fun, no fun. Oh, that's why. It's because there's two different. I forgot about that. There's two different kinds of things to hunt over here for this particular section. This is the Grand Company hunting log right here. But I still feel like they should mark differently. Maybe like a little like, twin adder above their heads or something. Doesn't really matter, but it'd be more interesting. Let me change something. It just occurred to me my audio is going to be off because when I was fiddling with settings, I turned this But now I'm realizing how ridiculous it is. It's a sort of pseudo surround sound feature. It sounds like every time an Amalja or something dies, it's gonna make it sound as if they died as me, and I don't know, that's just a weird thing, so we'll turn that off. It's interesting that they give you the option to appreciate that. That's just this one left, and then we get that entire section situated, which is nice. So that seals wise. Man, this cube is taking a long time as a healer. That's okay, though. Gives us time to get back on point, I suppose. Or do all of these blues, all these 5 million blues. Then we'll carry on the initiative. The second I get ready to teleport back into it, though, I'm willing to bet it's going to be shing! Pop. It's like right here, I know that I have to kill Dung Midge Swarm and Gigantoads, Raincatcher Gullet. So I might as well do that while we're waiting for the other to pop, and I'm sure that's for my somewhat neglected Thaumaturge hunting log. So I have some of these done, just not all of them. I don't really need them for leveling anymore, and so it kind of fell by the wayside as far as like my priorities went. But I will be doing it eventually to get the ring, specifically. And one of the ways it helps me do that is whenever I enter an area for some other reason, and that little recommendations window's there, and it just says, hey, you know, so you know, you can kill Gigantoads here. That was rude, sir. I did not appreciate. Executioner. Lunosia. Fuck it, we'll go do this. It's so close to being done anyway. It gives us something to do while we're waiting for that Q to pop. I don't know for sure that we'll go do the other, like, 10 hunts after, but at least we can do these, travelers. Oh, hope you guys are going to have a good weekend. I am so looking forward to this weekend. It was such a rough week at work that some time off to relax, spend some time editing, spend some time with my wife. It's gonna be nice. And my wife. This one. Salamander. Good opportunity to just level up this thing. Anytime I see somebody struggling with Fate, especially if it's a boss fight, like I said, I'm inclined to do anyway, just for the fun of it, I usually try to step in and help them, because it can make a big difference when you're low level. So, Like to try to do my part to help out. Long for a healing queue. Oof. That's the one downside about being on a negative, like a very low populated server. A lot of good things, but when you need a queue, man, might take you a minute. Sorry, one of the beauties of this game is that you will never have nothing to do. Personal promise from me. You will always have something to do. It might not be the thing you want to do, but you will always have something available to you. You could gather, you could craft, you could play triple triad. There's 1,000 things, you guys. 1,000 things. So. Wait for that Q to pop. That Quay. That Garuda on. All right. This Titan will, depending on the time, I'd like to go for at least 2 hours. I feel like anything less than that's just kind of a waste of y'all's time. But this is going to be an MSQ stream because these are now MSQ. Loud as fuck, by the way. Oh my god! I'm so sorry. I thought, because I saw a little targeting arrow, I thought he was pinging it, and he did not, and I pulled the boss, but fortunately he grabbed it immediately after. Kudos on that tank. That was my bad. So you gotta destroy these feathers or they destroy your rocks, and the rocks are gonna be very useful here in a minute. You're gonna kinda need those. Should be good. Move away from me, guy. Move away from me, sir. these guys away from each other is a bad idea. This is going to be a very interesting clear for this. So this is probably the sloppiest route I've ever seen. But hey, got the job done. He says, don't worry. I was like, I know it was you, guy. You were tethered. We're supposed to separate on tether. Sir? That's all right, though. Yeah, I appreciate the chat. Just being like, hey, don't worry. I wasn't coming for you. I was like, I know, but thank you for your concern. 99 on that fucking need coffer, or 89. That's a tough one to beat. Yeah, nice, nice. Might very well be my first, whatchamacallit, dealio. Okay, so that's him situated. Or her situated, excuse me. Let's go look for that executioner, Mamolja executioner. Okay, there's one. Just wanted to take care of this hunting wagon before I'm over here. After that, we'll return to the baking signs and presumably talk to, Yashoa. That does bring me up to another point, though, and I've asked this before, but I'm curious now that I get a little bit more traction on these videos, if anybody would like to answer in the comments. Who is your favorite Scion? Don't mention the red-haired one from later. I would consider that to be a spoiler. If you do, just say, spoiler red hair, or something like that. Something that doesn't lead anybody who might be familiar with his name shortly, but not that he will be a Scion. Yeah, if you can't. I try to avoid spoilers wherever possible. Obviously, if you're watching a YouTube channel specifically like designed to be telling stories, you're going to assume that there will be a pretty good chance of spoilers here and there, but I like to try to make it courteous and pretty well announced if possible. Which, speaking of, sort of waiting for this next stage, I do plan on putting out some, I guess we call them video essays, which just seems sort of silly to me, like naming convention. But I'm going to be looking to put up some of those here pretty soon. I have some pretty good little drafts for them. It's the kind of thing I don't want to just do freehand. But see those, hopefully. Okay, all those. So these are annoying, but that's one step closer to getting the ring. We already have the Lancer ring. I actually already got the Gladiator ring as well. So we got the Lancer ring, the Conjure ring, and the Gladiator ring. We're really close to getting down the Thaumaturge ring. Bard is a class that I unlocked a while ago. It could do with some love in that regard as well. So, but for right now, let's go to Waking Signs. So you let me do it in the air? Yeah! Look at that. Whew. Sorry about that, travelers. It's been a long week. So both Ifrit and Garuda were now vanquished by your hands. Truly you have earned yourself a rest. Would that you had the luxury of time to enjoy it. Pains me to say that Titan has also returned with a great vengeance. As was the case with his primal brethren, he has grown stronger than he was before. When I went about my investigation, all indications suggested that the kobolds were nowhere near ready to resume their summoning rites. But it turns out that they were deceiving us. I should have known better. The kobold subterranean domain runs deep, and they could easily hoard crystals with our being none the wiser. A vast hoard it must have been. Till now, Garuda was the most powerful among the three recently active primals, but according to our latest readings, Titan has usurped that honor. A primal's might is determined by two factors: the amount of crystals it has gorged upon, and the fervor of its believers. I would like nothing more than to measure precisely how strong Little Craggs has become, but I fear that the time for such prudence has run out. We have already received an official request for assistance from the Maelstrom. As you might expect, it is addressed to you. For your previous encounter with Titan, you have traveled to his Dimazine by way of the Aetherites, first discovered by the Company of Heroes. Sad to say, this Aetherite no longer seems to respond. But do not despair. The Maelstrom has reportedly found another in its place. You will want to speak to Commander Riki at Maelstrom Command for the details. I cannot stress this enough, but Titan has grown fearsome strong. See to it that you spare no preparation. I have it on. Whee! Castle. Said the Scions, your presence is most welcome. I am chagrined that we must turn you again to lay Titan low. No doubt this is yesterday's news to you, but the Lord of the Crags has returned more ferocious and formidable than he was before. I cannot fathom how the kobolds were able to attain such vast stores of crystal, and in so short a time. We will learn the answer in the coming moons, I suspect, but first things first. We need you to vanquish Titan before he and the kobolds have a chance to wreak havoc on Limsa Mensa. You have failed the Primal before, and we believe that you can emerge victorious once more. We recently learned of a new Aetherite that will take you to the Navel. It's situated deep within Ogamora mines. Now, not the most convenient locations, admittedly, so you will have to cut the path for yourself. Please make all haste. Titan's mere presence emboldens the kobolds, and 'tis only a matter of time before they move in force against us. May the Navigator guide you on your way, Ursa. We'll say, Titan, aesthetically, probably one of my least favorites, although I do love the chicken nugget of Summoner. But his music is gotta be, like, top 5. Honestly, you could really even say of the entire game. It's some amazing music on him. So looking forward to that. Go there, queue up, and then I saw some hunts going on over here. Whew. We also have a hunt to do on the way, but I haven't seen it. I don't think it's as easy as going in here, is it? Did not think so, but we're trying. Oh, there's one. Six synthetic buildings. Man. They're not asking for much, are they? No? There, okay. I say, am I crazy? I can swear that do it. There you go. A bit turned around there, Travis. Goddamn. Probably, you know, not advisable to fly while you're in a very tight space. Can't see the ceiling. The navel. In the navel. Let's go cue that puppy up there. See how long this one takes to see. golems. One more synthetic dope, we're good there. Supposed to be some Ogamoran or whatever weirdos in here. I've yet to see one. Crazy. Lenosia. We're in Outer Lenosia. What was the other thing in Outer Lenosia? Because there was two. I just closed the thing so quickly. South Shroud, East Shroud. Side. Might have been this. Yeah, Ogamora Quarryman. So yeah, one more Quarryman and then a few more of the Doblins. Quarryman over there? Nope. Quarryman? Nope. Bleak Quarryman, it's not a Ogamora Quarryman. Nope. Hate this place so much. Screw the title, I just want to, there we go. Want to change the class? Want to queue? This is our final one for a minute, travelers. Very exciting. We'll probably do Oath after this, I suppose. Queue him up. I imagine he'll take a while, though. Alright, let's throw down. Whoop! That is instant death, by the way. Like, not yet, but in like 2 seconds, that is an instant death sentence. It will kill you immediately. No recovery. Okay, so now, yeah, if I'd gotten hit with that now, it would be an immediate kill. I'm really surprised the machinist didn't get hit by that, I'm not gonna lie. Throwing rocks again, and I point this out, throwing rocks at the giant being made out of rocks is probably not the most, like, efficacious strategy, but, you know. Guys, kill a rock. Please, for the love of God, kill a rock. I don't care which one. Rough fight, rough fight. They might still be able to clinch this one, though, honestly. I've seen tanks pretty damn near solo this guy, so it's definitely possible. The only thing getting him right now is the lack of toolkit. We saw 2 of them fall off. One of them's locked in a rock. There he is. Oh, oh, he's close. He's close. Come on! Come on! Viper! Oh my god, it was so close! Oh, he got him. He got him. That was legendary. Oh my god, everybody Viper comp. Viper comp. That was insane. Wow. Where is he? That was just insane. Ugh. Okay, that was a very cool fight, and I love fights like that come down to the wire. I mean, that was literally like, oh, that we could have failed so easily there. It was so close. Honestly, I'm pretty sure he died. Like they traded off in the final blow. It really doesn't come much more exciting than that. I'm probably gonna short clip that. I was on the edge of my seat there. Son of a bitch. Excuse me. Nothing by door number 2. Okay. Down, yeah. So I just need like one more elite quarryman, and if I can find priest, then sure, bonus. Those are a bonus. Yeah, I missed a turn. If I mentioned how much I hate the Cobalt Gel, I'm not a fan. Pretty sure the other guys were like right at the front of the deal. I haven't been over here, so this is probably where the priests are. One adder fully gone. Real quick, if I can find the priest, we'll do it. Otherwise, I'm bailing out of here. Oh, achievement. Achievement. What you got? What you got? Title? Cheeky title? Cheeky title? What you give me? Ooh, okay. I like it. There you go. Quick little way to get a nice little minion. Priest over here. Prayeth thine religion. No. Forsooth, I shall be away. If I click on it, will it tell me like where he's at? Iron Lake. So he's actually not in the mines. That's probably why it's impossible to find him out here. Let's scuppy out these damn mines. Okay. Kill this guy real quick though. Easy money. Like Sunday morning. I'm gonna move. increase. Nope. Nope. I always hate this whenever you need 4 of a thing, but clearly only 3 exist in the entirety of the reality of the thing. It's like, why not just make a 4th? That way you could at least do it all in one go. Otherwise, I'm just sort of doomed to wait for him to reload, essentially. This was up here. What's this guy? While we're waiting, let's just kill a kobold. One of my favorite pastimes, anyway. Might as well. There he is. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I just did that for the sport of killing kobolds. I did not realize that that was one of the allied whatever fates that'll actually save me a shitload of time grinding one day. So, shout out to past, or like current me helping future me, I guess. For those of you who don't know, because I haven't covered the actual quests, some of the allied quests do resolve, like you have to resolve fates in order to get them to go. They are easily the worst of those respective ones, because you can't really control when a fate spawns, right? They just sort of happen whenever they happen. So it just sort of is what it is. But either way, speaking of fates, I actually resolved to not do Blue Mage until we get a little bit further. I started looking into spells, and like all the Blue Mage spells that I really like are ones that I don't have. So I was like, yeah, we might wait, because I don't know that I could do like Ram's Voice Ultra Vibration. Once you've done that a few times, it's so satisfying that you really don't want to not do it. Shout out to my Blue Mage people who know what I'm talking about, but yeah, I said we might just resolve to wait for that one, because there's no real urgency. It's limited content anyway, but we will be covering it on the channel at some point, so keep that in mind. Sorry, apparently this is like Grand Central Station for all the hunts I need to do. And yeah, it's ironic too, because I think this is actually the first time that a hunt has taken me over here. I've been over here once before for some mission or another. But this is not an area you typically go to super often. It's kind of ironic that the one time I really come over here for something is the time that I need to. Or pretend that that was fated in the stars. The old Daned. Especially considering I haven't even looked at what the other ones are. I just happened to press like, oh, hello. Ah, adventurer, thank you for coming. We seek the dark divinity, and you must be made privy to the plan before the game is afoot. As you know, Odin hunts in the forest. We would banish him from the shroud, yet in actual fact he has fallen before countless adventurers already. By all rights, the primal should plague us no more. Yet, though again and again he is vanquished, he rises always to charge through the 12's wood. His consistent reappearance is perplexing, to say the least. This raises two questions. Who summons him, and how does he change his visage upon manifesting? Odin is alone amongst the primals in these aspects. Indeed, I cannot find a single sentence in the scripture that sheds light on his devilish abilities. There is no answer in the words of writ or pen. Now the sword must serve. Our plan is to send a band of adventurers against the dark divinity. Brother Usimion, my master, and I will observe the battle from afar. I believe seeing the moment of Titan's defeat may give us a clue, one that will lead to uncovering the truth of the primal that has escaped us thus far. Naturally, this hinges upon the company's victory. No one but a warrior of light could hope to survive the battle. Hence I've asked you here. Indeed, without you our venture is doomed to failure. So I implore you, lend us your strength. If you acquiesce, I shall invoke the power of the elementals and draw the dark divinity into the spring. Earth font. Getting earthy up in here. Let's go ahead and open. Queuing what we know will take 60 years. We're just gonna pop this up in here. 22 minutes. I don't think he's actually critical path. I was wondering, and I was like, I'll bet you if he's like a really long queue, he's not. That being said, we don't have anything better to leave in the queue. So we'll leave it queued up for now, and then if it pops, great. If it doesn't, no worries, right? It's a win-win. For right now, though, let us return to the waking times. Return to the waking times. About 20 minutes minimum, I'd say. We go on for another hour 20, though. Good. Okay, I was wondering if he was going to unlock something else where the heart is. Oh. That's not what I thought. What? Hang on. Apparently we have some hunts here. And you can do this also. So, Cape Westwind. It's easy. Right next to this. We'll go and grab this real quick since we're right here. Hoplaudamus. Hello, friend. Kerblam. We'll say, flying makes this so much easier to arrange. Because rather than trying to fight everything and like maneuver around and worry about getting hit, I just sort of swoop down on them from a bird, like a bird of prey. Just kill them and move on. It honestly reminds me of playing Ark Survival Evolves. It's the thing I can think of. It's the most similar to this. You just sort of swoop down, scoop them, and then lay them off. Especially when you got the oh, the one bird, the giant bird mount that was so good. I can't remember. It started with an A, I want to say. But so those are sort of my two great passions, to be storytelling games like this one and open world games. Sadly, the two do not tend to go hand in hand, so I don't know that covering them in the channel would really be advisable. But if I get any requests, especially for ones that sort of correlate, like for example Elden Rings, definitely want to plan on playing on the channel. Once the Tarnished Edition comes out on PS or Switch 2, I will probably play that on the channel. One of my favorite stories in gaming, on top of being an open world, on top of being a Souls-like game, 10 out of 10. My controller will never survive, but you know. That much closer to getting our ring. The rings are quite cool looking. Like I said, they don't do a whole lot, but they're quite pretty, all right? Glam is the end game. We all know this. We all know this. It's not a lie. Okay, some remarkable progress on that so far. Okay, let's go down in here, see what this quest line is. It's not marked on our recommended, so hopefully it's not something silly. Yeah, this should be the extremes, I thought, but could be wrong. Been a while. Been a while. It's 2 of them, okay. When the southerly moon did wane, there sounded a blood-culling roar. A new primal had roused, the portent gave us to believe, one whose identity yet leweth beyond our ken. By thy hand, 3 primals have since been vanquished. As each returned to the aether, 'twas observed that tremors foreshadowing this fourth grew in strength and frequency both. The being doth quicken, and in time shall become a scourge upon the land. Yet even as we pondered a course of action, benevolent soul did arise, one who would forestall this threats. Though she be tender in years, she is true of heart and steadfast of resolve. She would solicit thine aid if thou wert proffered to it. Lest thou wonder, the maiden is of our order. Thus did the antecedent straightways consent that thou shouldest assist her however thou mayest. As soon as thou art able, hie thee to Wineport, where thy petitioner doth await thee even now. Thou shalt for a certainty find her visage strikingly familiar. Oh, my God. I got through all that in slip one time. I'm so proud of myself. Of all my tasks, the one by which I am most keenly vexed is the never-ending journey into the heart of the primal's true nature. Each door I fling wide leadeth me with inevitable anguish to another such confounding portal. It is in these lands that the keys to knowledge I seek are found. Many seasons did I toil to fashion a net across this vast realm, a net that catcheth not fish, but nuggets of wisdom more valuable than gold. Much have I learned, but the essence of the primals is ever shifting. No dusty tome doth capture in ink what these terrible beings are now become. Thus must I presume to unsheath the blade born of lights. Thine is a strength that shattereth the stoutest barriers, and doth pierce that which obfuscates the impotent gaze of ordinary men. We have not the luxury of time required for my measured scholarly pace. But the adder's nest is astir, hissing with news of Garuda's return. Her winds have grown even more violent, ever more destructive. What lureth behind this sudden waxing of power? The answer may well prove a vital piece of the puzzle of the primal's existence. Mine eyes perceive a looming wall of strife, poised to crash down upon our cities with unrestrained fury. For the nonce, you must pacify the Lady of the Vortex. Swiftly now, to the adder's nest. I, Summer Commander Helio, will have such details as thou needest to proceed. I shall await thee at the waking sands and pray for thy success. So that one's obviously Garuda Extreme. I don't actually know what this one is, to be honest. I know it's not Moogle Mog. It don't make damn sense. We'll unlock this one first. Just curious what the hell it is, but And again, I'm not being coy. It's been years. So I don't remember. Let's see here. It's been a wild adventure. So I recall my brother Alphino took the liberty of introducing us when he first met. And last we met. Oh, this is Alizé. Jesus, because they're so, like, just the pink on the fucking... It's the only difference. The only difference. But for the sake of propriety, Alizé Levalier, I thank you for coming. I've heard much more of your exploits. By your hand, the Black Wolf is slain, and his ultimate weapon destroyed. You are possessed of great strength and courage, that much is plain. I shall have need of one such as you if I am to see my mission through to its conclusion. As you may be aware, the violence of Dalamud's fall changed not only the face of the realm, but also the base of the realm. Specifically, it played havoc with the etheric currents, creating vast confluences of aether below the surface. Among other phenomena, this led to the formulation of subterranean caverns at key points of stress. One such cavern lays beneath Castrum Occidens. It extends to only the gods know where. Despite appearances, Castrum Occidens is as much a research facility as it is a fortress. Gaius Ben Velsar chose to site for no other reason than to probe the caverns without interference. As you went about vanquishing the returning primals, I observed a repeating wave pattern in the ether, corresponding directly to the dates on which you reported to have felled Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda. Upon closer examination, it became clear that these unique waveforms emanated from deep beneath the aforementioned stronghold. Crucially, I recorded the same pattern during the recent celebrations, and have since been given to understand that this phenomenon bears a disquieting similarity to one observed shortly prior to the calamity. 5 years ago, my grandfather invoked the power of the 12 that he might contain Bahamut. Alas, his efforts failed, and he vanished, together with his foe. I would know the truth of what transpired that day, grandfather's fate, and of the metamorphosis that swept across the land. Casting light upon these mysteries, we will find a way to cure what ails this world. It is my belief that the answers I seek lie hid within the depths of the cavern. I would have you accompany me on an expedition to find the mercer. The truth be told, I am not wont to rely on others, and have thus far handled matters alone, yet I am not blind to my limitations. Unescorted, I cannot hope to succeed in this endeavor. I swore that I would find my way to restore peace to Eorzea, and if you desire the self-same, then aid me, as you aided my brother in the Scions. I am in your debt. You are a man of action, and I sense that we will accomplish much together. But let us not waste any more time. As I mentioned, Castrum Occidens straddles the cavern I wish to explore, and I am to have a hope of reaching it alive. I will need you to infiltrate the stronghold first, locate a path into the depths. Once you have done so, play report your success to Storm Private Jabroka. You may consider her my assistant here in Winepools. I have faith that you will not fail me. Choose speed your way, Ursa. So this is Bahamut, okay. That's why I didn't recognize it, because I was like, what primal are they talking? I don't even consider Bahamut a primal. He's so far above, like, honestly, it's almost really a god if you think about, like, what he is. And I know technically all the primals are god, but Bahamut's like, no shit, no, I'm actually like a god, like, bow down a god. He's just so much stronger, on a whole order of magnitude higher. But oh, hello. 2-for-1 special over here, that's nice. It's right here on the quest line as well. Let's get a 2-for again. What are you? One of you, the other one can live. Provided you're smart about it. 2 more signifiers. One more signifier. Yalmaturge. Here, and let's go ahead and go to hunt and log. 4 out of 10. We're making some great progress on that, considering I've basically just been doing it passively while waiting for queues. So, again, it really doesn't take that long, and the rings are really cool. So, strongly recommend. I've been expecting you, Ursa. By your coming, I take it you'll successfully located the cavern entrance inside Castle Nautilus. So that's where it's to be found. Marvelous. Oh, but allow me to properly introduce myself. Jabroka is my name. It is my honor to serve Lady Alize. Though my reasons for convenience at present, I also serve the Maelstrom. This uniform accords me certain privileges, you see, particular ready access to the Maelstrom's regional scouting reports. They provide a wealth of local knowledge, including information on secret passages. But enough about me. I shall notify Lady Alize of your discovery, that she may prepare for the expedition. Though I doubt not your abilities, none can say what dangers lurk behind Castle Nautilus. For my lady's sake, as well as your own, please spare neither preparation nor caution. Pray choose your companions well. Okay, we're going to briefly... whoop. Ooh, we are not going to briefly do nothing. Because we're almost actually queued for this, so we're going to leave that alone. That's incredibly rare. And then for the remainder of our journey, because it will sadly take that long unless I have my wife desync us all the way through, every time I do absolutely anything, I will be queued for the Binding Coil of Bahamut. I'm tempted to even do it tomorrow, and I'll just throw a live on as soon as we go in. Because otherwise, it's gonna take. Nobody's queuing for that content, and it's such a shame because, like, one of the coolest stories in ARR is in it. So it's definitely something that I would strongly recommend every player do. Again, we talked about it a while ago, but I really strongly recommend the devs make it mandatory. Because if they made it mandatory, they would have to put it into like leveling queue, MSQQ, QQ, QQQ. And if they did that, then yeah, they would definitely get a lot more traction, so... I think that would be for the best. Meantime, we're waiting on that queue, though. That QQ. That cue pops. Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Makote muse, why have you forsaken me? Titan's bane, I mean Ursa, what brings you to my humble resort? Flumin, you mean to tell me that the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Uldar? Gads, man, if I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for shame. To think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff of the West, or wherever she was said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say. West, is it? Thank you, Master Gegaruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I'd be most appreciative if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. Pipona. Not entirely sure this is faster than... Well, certainly not faster than the Aetheryte, but, you know. Hunter Gill and all that. Bird. We're on a crash course! Ah! That's among the most childish and stupid things I've done on this channel. I'm so sorry. I just couldn't have planned that better if I meant to. This was quite high up, probably this level. Yep. Hey, you want to know if I've seen a Makote last by the name of Flamin? I wish. Haven't seen the last any description fall too bloody long. Well, if it isn't... well, if it isn't Ursa, the savior of wine ports, to what we owe the pleasure. Yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold. To give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly. I had no choice but to eject her from my premises. Interfering with tastings, you understand. If she is your query, why not consult your blind associates? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say who could smell her from 10. So you had my grand adventures, many grand adventures since last we spoke, sir. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago. One does not forget a perfume like that, so robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation, asked where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Greencatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. Flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. You make haste, you may yet find her there. I am in your debt. Did not realize my activities had aroused the Gobu's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make perfume, you see, and Fleming, I don't... Who are you? Whom do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Uldar, I presume. Minfilia, or should I say Asilla, is looking for you. Acilia? You are the picture of health, my lady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is why. Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so as the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I am fully intent to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me. More than you know. But tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lenosia side, what exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so, do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in perfume. Does this satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer location? Wineport, say? Oh, nope. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. So it didn't look right. It was Aleport. Somehow I got over to Aleport. I don't know how. But we're not going there right now. Are we pulling out of this thing? pretty much everybody. Oh, so we will go ahead and put your keys. Pity, but that's what it is. This is likely not going to be any faster, to be honest, but, you know, 50-50 shot of rolling one or the other. This is not all you had, not at all how I envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. Aw. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I must, have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off to the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Oh, they took me... That's nice. I don't think that happened originally. I'm going to guess that was a quality of life addition, and it was well appreciated. Appreciated. Antecedents, you have a guest. Lemon. Celia. I haven't seen her like this in years, Ursa. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead, but what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew that they would. So I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and your cause. I can think of no better way to grant you freedom to continue your work. And continue what you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. Following your every success, I celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Asilia. I learned from the best. Oh, she's got like tears to her eyes. That's really sweet, actually. I have a gift for you. Celestitia perfume. You remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone through so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Ursa, however. I could not have made it without him. Thank you, Ursa. Thank you both. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found all those years ago. You kept it. My father was a member of the Alamegan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Uldar. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was the men who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know how to survive. I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know about you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining. It was a very dedicated student. I was a very dedicated student. The cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lemon as a gift. She said it was beautiful. But there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Asilia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Asilia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Uldar. Lamin, you built it once, Cecilia. You can build it again. This time we'll do it together. Truly? Alphano, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll, as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students about Decian. Preparations begin at once. Keep that going. It's all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is so much to be done, and so little time. Our step will be to secure the our first step would be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild and representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, some essential tasks, securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, recruiting adventurers, would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, antecedents. Really, Avenue, if I need only concern myself with anything, it is surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps, I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely to whom the resolution of such matters might be entrusted. And here I am. Nor do I come alone. May I present to you the esteemed emissaries of the Adventurers Guild of Revenant's Toll? It is an honor, antecedents. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphino, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates Revenant's Toll hold the Scions and Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which need to be negotiated, if you please. If it please you, I would do so. It does. Sir, unless I am much mistaken, you are the one known as Ursa, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slapthorn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Carlian castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate and fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere too long. Good to be appreciated. Well, well, it would seem your reputation precedes you, Ursa. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But first, that I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there's already so much you've done for us, and for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. I do wonder if they cut some quests out. And again, not complaining. If you were going to cut quests out of anywhere, definitely here was the spot. But I feel like there was some quests there. Jesus, was there quest there? Yes, they cut a lot. They cut like 17 quests out of this. Ah, Ursa, were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alphino has just returned. It would seem there is something he would share with us. Just briefly, and I'm going to leave this in even the edit. They took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is the ones I'm doing now. Hang on. At least 11 quests just from this one patch. And I feel like that is all the better for it. This is a lot punchier and certainly eases you into the rest of the content, because before you would hit this and just hit a wall. It went from escalation to peak to conclusion to tantalizing possible future to a slog of absolute chore. So kudos to them for being like, no, we need to address this. This needs to be taken care of, because yeah, this was a definite turnoff for a lot of people. I know people who beat the game, were super excited, got to this, and were just like, nope. It's people, more than one, that I know personally who have done that. So glad they switched that up. Anyway, carrying on. You're here. Good, combating news. Negotiations are concluded. And? Our friend of the Adventurers Guilds have agreed to furnish us with new facilities, material support, in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Total. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona. The Rising Stones. A bittersweet victory, truth be told. I cannot deny that I have come to look forward to Tartarus' tales of our many guests and their many, many demands. From the waking sands to the rising stones. Passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? Grins! Oh, I didn't think about that, but that's funny. I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have pledged their full support, General Raban included. Moreover, I have decided that it is right for us to cast off our vestiges of our order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Are you sure that is wise, antecedents? If anything, it is mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And people have a right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in so doing, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once all. And what of us? We who have felled primals and faced down the Empire? To you, my fellow Scions, I would say this. Prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Great, I say, yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them, as we have time and time again, united as one. Moving out. There may be some way I can... Wait, that area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask for men to teach me the basics of mining, too. Oh, this subplot with Tatru, that's right. Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alphino, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slafford. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road, and represent us well, Ursa. Okay, we're going to take up these greens because they're irritating me. Oops. Again, I don't typically read these ones. Mostly because they're largely, at least at this point, largely just for their own sake. Okay. So those are all up and good. Let's go ahead and go to the Adder's Nest. We'll get that Garuda thing going. Worst case scenario, we can... I certainly did not mean to talk to you, no. We can get the Garuda fight primed in the queue as well. I don't know if that's a good idea, but it's possible to do so. Ingredients. 70, I level 80. 60. And all of those are going to be excellent material, dimming material farming as well. Because I can descent all of those. Although, like I said, I think it'd probably be a good option for some of the weapons to just be those. So, like, once I get a paladin, for example, that's going to be better than what I'm going to have for sure. And he's so close to level 50, so that could probably happen today. Later on tonight, I mean. Ah, Lieutenant Bearsong. Might I deduce from your stern expression that you have heard the disturbing news? Garuda returns once more to plague our nightmares. I fear this incarnation lady is more tempestuous than aught we have yet witnessed. If you are prepared to face this roiling storm, then I will brief you on what must be done. We first learned of Garuda's return when the Primal fell upon the Blue Badgers as they sought to construct a new watchspire. The devastation was absolute. According to the reports of the one surviving engineer, Garuda invoked the most horrific gale with but a gesture of her taloned hand. The powerful winds tore apart the half-built tower, crushing the workers and scattering their bodies like dolls. By all accounts, it appears the Lady of the Vortex has grown stronger with the summoning. She must be stopped before the casualties are allowed to pile any higher. But as you might imagine, the Ixal, eager to please their bloodthirsty goddess, are engaging our troops on every front. I may not have the soldiers to spare for primal hunting expedition. Thus I sent word to the Scions to beg aid of proven champions. You and your companions are our best hope of freeing Gridania on this rampaging fiend. I ask that you confront Garuda in her customary domain, the Howling Eye. Such a titanic conflict is best confined to exiled lands, wouldn't you agree? Though I imagine the Birdmen have since made adjustments to their crystal, the Beastman Aetherite found with Nutalon remains the shortest means of entry. May the 12 strengthen your arm, Lieutenant Bearsong. Go up there again, do I? Oh, see, this is annoying. Always hate that. It's like, yeah, just go interact with that. I was like, oh, fuck, I was just there. I just did this. Anyway. Okay, back again. Oh. Hello. Well, fair then. They had me come out here for story reasons. I can appreciate that. Interesting. So the Asians are fucking with me. Okay. Suppose that checks out. Draw this. Giant so while we're over here, wait for that Q to pop. Just some of these yellows. It might also be a good place to end it. We'll do some of these yellows, the ones that I currently have in my hands. And this hunting log stuff, and then we'll probably call it, yeah. Let's see, it's a white rim, which is appears points. Here, yep. Hello. Seems too fun to pass up, travelers. I'm so sorry. I say that, I don't think I can actually take him. I don't have anywhere near enough damage for him, man. And that was interesting, but he's definitely swinging a little bit harder than I'm capable of. And so that would probably be a 30 timer fight, which likely has an achievement, possibly even like rare crafting materials that you get from beating him. That's one that you want to have either a blue mage, because they can just obliterate him, or a party for. It's not one that you're really meant to do on your own. I mean, if I had, like, paladin all the... Well, he desyncs you, I was going to say, so it wouldn't even matter. Because if I had paladin or warrior where I could heal myself, I could do it eventually, given enough time. But... some dragonflies, some dragonflies. Okay, Travis, I'm going to say that it's probably not likely to happen with that queue. Sitting here looking, I'm like, yeah, 16 minutes, it's just late. It'll be 9, it's almost 9:30. So, go park it here real quick. Is this not a sanctuary? Really? What's a sanctuary if not this clear town? Alright, cool. Sanctuary! Sanctuary! This is a sanctuary. Okay, so it has been a very eventful episode. We met our new Chocobo, or slightly redesigned Chocobo at least, Apostrophe. He's our new friend. We have a Thadnerian Onion in him. We'll check on him, actually. We didn't do a whole lot with him, so I imagine he's still about the same. Takes a long time to level him up past that. So yeah, he's now our friend. He's now traveling with us. Apostrophe. We got some of our levels cleared up, some of our hunting log cleared up. We reintroduced everybody to the current progress. We did a considerable amount of MSQ progression, and we killed 3 primals? At least 3 primals. Yeah, 3 primals. Would have been 4 or 5 if I could have got the fucking just a Q. But, you know, it do be like that. We have set ourselves up for some excellent success, though. Here in the next episode, the next MSQ episode, which will be Tuesday, we will be progressing into the Revenant's Toll area. And then we'll be clearing that area up. We'll be queuing in for these primal fights, and just hopefully whenever they tick, we'll just do those as they lie. There's really no other way to go about them, like I said. But in the meantime, I have been Ursa the Literary Bear. Hope you guys enjoyed the spot at the campfire, and tell me what kind of stories you would like to share next. Bye!